Hello again, everybody. This is Brother Chooch for Thinking Out Loud About the End Times. You know, every so often, I think it's nice to have an illustration to try to get across a concept or something that isn't necessarily concrete, something that's more abstract. And I really enjoy making videos, as you know, and sometimes a lot of it's about, talking in front of a screen and trying to explain concepts or different things that we think out loud about concerning the end times. But every so often, it's good to have a picture, an illustration to try to get across a good spiritual lesson. And so that's why I made this video. Now I have to actually go out and get something, and I'll be back shortly because I need something to demonstrate what I'm about to talk about. And that's why I have to go down the road, purchase something, and come right back. Okay? So give me a few. So guys, I changed my mind. I decided I was going to take you along with me. Got a new contraption that wraps around my neck and records while I'm driving. So, let me put my seatbelt on, which will actually involve you being locked in too, believe it or not. I have again, this apparatus goes around my neck. It's like two pliable wires. We're going to try this out. Please excuse my nose hairs. So, I just want to take you with me, and I'll talk to you while I'm going to my place to get the prop that I need for this video. Whoa. And it's right down the street, which is nice. And I got my money. I think I got my money. And so, anyways, thanks for joining me. Obviously, it's nighttime, and it's getting a little bit more daylight, so it's getting, how you call it? Days are longer, which are nice, right? Now this thing does shake a little bit because, now that's it. I'm already here. Can you believe that? I'm already at the place that I need to go. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer journey. And I'm not going to tell you what I'm pulling into, but I will say that doesn't look too busy. I hope they have my thingy ready. Huh. Okay. I'll see you soon. Alright, guys. Welcome back. I got what I needed and to do this illustration for you. Now, let's face it, guys. Most people who watch these sort of channels have pretty much the same thing in mind. They want to know when the rapture is going to happen, right? And whether you listen to different theories or what's going on in the world, or there's a guest speaker of some sort, it's all about the same thing. It's about when is the rapture going to happen? And I would like to use this pizza as an example or an illustration for you of the rapture timing, or the time before the rapture, okay? So here's a standard pizza. I mean, you see a pizza box. It says pizza right on it. Now, I know what's inside, but you don't. But I think it's safe to tell you have a pizza box. It says pizza on it. So the likelihood of a pizza being inside is great, okay? So we open this up, and boom, we got a pizza. And if you look closely at this pizza, because it has toppings on it, if you look closely at this pizza, it's, I don't know if you could tell what the toppings are, but you have sausage, lots of sausage, and lots of mushrooms in your standard sauce and crust. Now, I could take a step back here and look at this pizza as a whole, right? And say there's one pizza. That is one pizza. It's a finite amount of food. Yes, it might be large. Yes, it might be in a circle, which sort of gives the, you know, the thought of eternity going around and around. But what we have here, unmistakably, is a beautiful, delicious, large cheese pizza with sausage and mushrooms. Now, if you look at this and I were to say, I'm just going to grab here one piece. I'm going to grab one piece of sausage, if you see, right? Close up. I'm just grabbing one piece of sausage off this entire pizza, all right? It's just one piece of sausage. Nothing terribly special, but important because it's a part of this pizza. And I'm going to consume it, right? Now, technically speaking, would it not be true that this pizza just became a little bit smaller? It still looks like the same pizza, but I took something off the pizza that made it just a little bit smaller, right? Now, if this pizza represented the time before the rapture, and every piece of this, and every topping of this, and every bite of this represented a unit of time, and when the pizza is gone, the rapture takes place. It's an interesting concept, right? Because when we look at this, we say one large pizza, but if I look closer, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 slices. Number 12 is significant, right, in the Bible? 12 slices. Now, if I were to take one slice, right, let's take just one slice. And of course, the cheese is always a little thicker in the middle for some reason. And I just place it here. See? I just simply took one slice at about 10 o'clock and I placed it on my plate. Now, obviously, the pizza, if I look at it from here, the pizza has, it's 1/12 less of what it was, right? So, if I look at just one slice, and I say, well, what does that represent? A day? A week? A month? A year? Well, obviously, if this represented, each slice represented 1 year, would that mean 12 more years before the rapture? Or what if it represented simply 12 days? 12 days before the rapture? What if it represented 12 weeks? 12 weeks before the rapture, that's the length of a season. But see, even if I just focus on this one slice, let's forget about this guy for a while. I'm going to shut the lid. And forget about this, and let's just focus on one, excuse me. What? Wow. Excuse me. One of these units. Now, even the unit, this one slice of pizza here, even represents, it does represent an important part of this pizza. But if you look closely, it may take several bites to work your way through this pizza. And just like a day or a week or a month or even a year, there's all sorts of little challenges, right, that we go through to get through a unit of time. For example, the mushrooms represented a bit of hardship, and the sausage was maybe a problem or difficulty or responsibility, and the cheese was a time restraint, and the sauce has to, do with finances or relationships. And everything about the slice, right, may collectively define what a unit of time is. Okay? So now, let's say I'm going through this unit of time. See what I just did? I just took a bite out of this unit of time. I took a good-sized bite, and maybe 15 to 20% of it's gone. But you see, brothers and sisters, if I open this box back up, and then I consider the slice that was removed, because this is the present thing that I'm dealing with right now, that bite, I cannot get that back unless I regurgitate it, which would be counterproductive. But I am one bite closer to the time of the rapture. Now that's significant. If I were to do that again, do you see that? That pizza slice just got a little bit smaller. Thus, our pizza is getting closer to being gone. So whether it be a day in time, a week or a month, we're getting closer and closer. And each bite represents that. Now, understanding difficulty and the challenges of life, right? Because even though we don't, look at this stray sausage here, even though we per se don't have control over the amount of time before the rapture, we, as I do, have a responsibility to deal with this pizza in an appropriate manner. Got it? So, I'm going to stop the camera for a bit, and I'll fire it up a little bit further down the road and see where we're at. Thanks. All right, folks, it took a good 20 minutes, maybe 30, but we talked about this pizza being representative of time. Rapture, look at that. Now, we went from a full pizza to half a pizza on a very short period of time. So the encouraging thing is this, is that, the time that you are waiting for the rapture to happen, it's moving along. It's going forward. As each day passes, we get closer. And I think that this pizza here is just a wonderful example of how bite by bite, piece by piece, topping by topping, it gets smaller and smaller until it's gone. Right? And the age of grace is getting shorter and shorter, and it'll be over soon, folks. So I hope that this was a good illustration and an encouragement to you to just keep pressing forward redeem the time, for the days are evil, and anticipate that trumpet sounding, hopefully, very, very soon. And as always, hope to see you here, there, but especially in the air. God bless.